I'm Cubeoid, and this is episode 3 of my Mod of Minecraft 1.710 ChromatiCraft tutorial. Um, and in this episode, I'm going to be going over some basic crafting. I believe that's probably what you could call that. Some basic crafting recipes, as well as how to use them, and that kind of stuff. For this, I currently, all this stuff I'm going to be showing off, you can get. So all the info fragments, I have my book, so all of these info fragments, all 45 of them, can be gotten if you have the full row at the top filled out, except for a couple of them, so the ones with the lines on the bottom are generally the ones that give you stuff, except things like that. So I just have every one of these filled out except this one and where is it? And this one, because I'm not going to build a portal to the Twilight Forest just because. But yeah. So yeah, the basic crafting, I'm going to be going over that kind of stuff. Just going to set the book to that. Okay. So if you you may have noticed I have gotten rid of the pylon that was over here, just because. Yeah. So this mod has its own crafting table. This is called the casting table. It looks like a stone crafting table. I'm going to get rid of these so they don't give me effects, but yeah. So this is probably these are the two first things you're going to want to craft. They don't require any progression, and if you remember, we got the info fragment, these info fragments for them without having to get any progression. So the elemental manipulator and the casting table. And the elemental manipulator is just 2 sticks in any type of crystal shard. I put a red one there just because I went to the inventory, clicked on a random one, and it was red. That's how I did some of these, because I can't decide. But yeah. And something I should mention with the auras is that currently, with the full kind of top row of progressions filled, we currently can see the energized rock and the fluid stone, and their drops are, the energized rock drops chromic dust, and the fluid stone drops fluid essence, and these can just be found underground. And then you can see all the drops for the other ores that are there, but we cannot see them yet. I've already covered all of this stuff. Something I should mention was, what was it? I think someone in the last episode had left a comment that they were having trouble finding the unknown artifact and the ancient data tower. From my experiences, you don't require to find the unknown artifacts or the data node, except you can get a lot of emeralds if you find these, and they are very rare. And the data node, I believe I said this, it used to be here, I got rid of it. In the response I left to that comment, I did show the command. I'm not going to show that now, but typing that command will spawn it on top of your character. You know what, I might as well take this time to show it off. Where should I do it? Let's just, I have a large open area here. I can choose anywhere. Let's do it right here. So the command is the same as used to spawn these, except what the thing you're going to want to spawn is different. So slash chromastruct, and then you're going to want to type in there, and then you can see it spawns right over top of you. So you're going to want to either just like slash TP player name, then nothing, how do you do this again? It's like that, and then you put like a 1. No. Space. Space. You just need some way to teleport you out. I was just trying to move myself up a couple blocks, but you could just kind of like, no, not that. I have a, yeah, here. Then if we come back over here, it should be right there. And don't break any blocks because reasons. But yeah, so that's how you can use commands to spawn this thing. And it works just fine. It gives you the advancements the same. These blocks here, don't place them down. Don't middle mouse click them, place them down. They will crash your game. They just will. But yeah, so that's just something about a question someone had. If anyone watching this video has any questions, put them in the comments, and I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. Okay, so what was I doing? I completely forgot. Yeah, I just did the elemental manipulator. Okay, casting table. So again, you can use any type. You can use any type of crystal shard or any mixture of them, but there needs to be a type of crystal shard. Can be boosted, can be not boosted. If you don't know what you don't have access to boosted shards yet, that's not really way in the future, but you have to get some more progression. Mainly, you have to get elemental awareness, and I will talk about that maybe later in the episode or next episode. But yep, so again, you just need 4 shards of any type, 4 pieces of stone, and 1 crafting table, and that gives you casting table. And then, so 2 of the most basic things you can cast are these glows and crystalline stone. And for a second, it's like it's the yeah, when you put the glow inside the item frame, it's slightly special, but meh, it's fine. So what you want to do is inside the casting table, you can see there's this little star here. That is the level of the casting table, and by casting things in the casting table or crafting them in the casting table, that'll level up your thing slowly. So you get a little yellow dot here, but that'll be explained further in the episode. And to do that, once it's leveled up, you can't use it. The leveled up function, you have to build a special thing around your casting table. But this is the base casting table, and all the recipes I'm showing use the base casting table. So how to make the glows? You take some sort of crystal shard, you take a stone underneath, and that gives you 16. I'm just going to grab these out. I should also grab a chest for reasons. I thought I had a casting table just sitting here for me to use at some point. Oh, I put it here and accidentally used it for this. Wait. What's this? Oh. Yeah. So I just need to place myself a casting table. Here, I can put it here right beside the furnace. There we go. And then, so you put your crystal shard in there. You put your stone or whatever material you're using for it. There's, what is it? 6 different types of glows. What's up with this music? 5%? Whatever. But yeah, so there's 6 different types of glows. So there's stone-based ones. There's crystal stone-based ones. There's iron-based ones, gold-based ones, obsidian-based ones, and quartz-based ones. And these are all pretty much crafted the same with the stone on the bottom, except this one has crystalline stone, this one's iron, gold, obsidian, quartz, and you get it. And then as well as you can use any type of crystal shard, any one of the 16 different colors to give yourself different colored ones. And using the elemental manipulator, that circle up there, I'll explain that probably next episode, but they can be rotated. But yeah, so you put your stuff in here, and then you try and take it out. You can't. You can't take it out of the casting table. Well, that's where the elemental manipulator comes in. Just right click on you can see that circle there. That means it's ready to craft. So if I take this out, you can see there's an X, but if I put it in there and it's ready to craft, up here it shows what it will craft, and that's 16. 16 glows, and you can see that circle there. I'll right click it, and you can see I get a progression for that, for using the casting table, and you can see I got 16 of those. And then this thing can do multiple at once. So if we do this, put a bunch of those in there, then it'll craft as much as it can. And you can see there's now a stack in there. But if you want to surpass the stack limit, place a chest beside it. I believe this is how this works. And then you'd put these in. Then it crafted them all. Or did it? No, yeah, it did. And you can just craft them all. Ooh, I should turn my volume down, that's loud. But yeah, you can see it automatically, if the casting table fills up, it automatically, not when it fills up, if there's a chest beside your casting table, it will automatically take it from there and put it in there. And you can see at some point in there, our casting table leveled up, and you can see it's now yellow. So to level up your casting table, just craft a bunch of things. You can see we now have a bunch of glows. They do make more light than that. Allow me to get a torch. There. So that's the light they emit. I do believe they emit different colored light if you have the colored light mod installed, but most likely you won't have that installed, so yep. Okay, on to the next thing. Crystalline stone. I forgot to put that there. Thinking about it, I should have probably, there's a couple things I have left out in here. Ignore this stuff here. I left this out. You know what, give me this. There. Put you back. Get this, put that in there. There we go. All fixed. It's all fixed. There. Okay. On to the crystalline stone. It's very easy to craft. It's literally just any type of crystal shard, and 4 stone gives you 8 crystalline stone. And here I can craft that for you. Just come over here, put all of this in. This chest will just, I'll put another one. At the end of the episode, I will probably clear that out, and you can see, let's make a bunch of stone. So it makes so you can see if it has the chest on it, it makes a stack at a time. So every click of your elemental manipulator will craft a stack, and you can see we've crafted a bit of stone with only a stack of crystals. But you will need a lot of this, so be prepared to have to smelt a lot of stone. And it has many different forms, the crystalline stone, so you can make crystalline stone beams with 2 crystalline stone in the casting table like this. You can make columns like this. You can make these corners kind of like this. Not kind of, exactly like that. Engraved crystalline stone is made this way. Embossed crystalline stone is made this way. Crystalline stone groove 2 is made this way. Crystalline stone groove normal one is made this way, and the only difference about this is that they face different directions, and this will be important later on in the mod. You don't want to confuse these two because you need the lines to go in the right direction. And then the bricks are made this way, all on the casting table. Then if you ever want to take one of these and return them to their original form, then plop it in a furnace, cook it, it'll turn it back to the original one. And it all gives you the same amount for stone. So you can see you use 5 here, you get 5 out. So there is no wasted stone. If you ever have extra, you can just smelt them, hopefully using a furnace that requires no fuel. But yep. And you can see I showed this earlier, but there's a bunch of different colored glows here. Actually, I'm going to take a screenshot of this for the thumbnail of this video, just right here, and screenshot. There we go. Yeah, so there's a couple other things you can craft other than the crystalline stone. That will be extremely useful later. You can see the wind blowing all the pylon stuff around. The wind is from Weather 2, which is a good mod. I suggest you download it. I should do a review on that. I might work on that tomorrow. But yeah, so on to next. So this is a chromatic flower. It doesn't do much, but it looks pretty. The base is a bit weird depending which way you look, but it's pretty and it slowly changes color, and you can plop them around your base. Oh, I completely forgot I should be reading off the entries for these things just because. Yeah, as you can see, casting table. You can pause the video and read this. Elemental manipulator. You can pause the video and read this. What else? There's a couple things in here. Oh, I completely forgot. I should have done this. Never mind the bees. Never mind that. This ancient rock here, I probably should have put that casting table into my basic recipes, but you can craft ancient rock with 4 smooth stone, 4 aura dust. You get those from the aura blooms, and then 1 obsidian. That gives you 16, and you just craft that in the casting table, and it's just a decoration item. That's all it does. But yeah, and turning it, so if you want to know the recipes, you take this little bar here and you click on it, and it sets the recipes, and then you can see the recipes. And then don't forget, if you want to stay on something, use the save and exit button. Okay, so on to next, where crystalline stone. Here we go. So all the magic structures you have found thus far have been built of a smooth dark stone, so it must be able to channel and conduct crystal energy. To that end of all of your constructions, will probably use this material. It can be reshaped at will and reverted back to the smooth variant with application of heat. So exactly what I showed there. On to the next thing, the chromatic flower. So I'll read the thing here. So you may not be that guy that builds 9x9 cobblestone boxes for houses. Direwolf 20. I used to watch his channel. I should probably check what he's done so far in the recent. Never mind. You may not be that guy that builds the 9x9 cobblestone boxes for a house, but nonetheless, your ability to make your territory visually appearing has rested more on access to fancy decorations than raw architectural design. With that in mind, you work on enhancing a lowly flower with crystal energy. The end result is certainly interesting with its gently pulsing colors. It may also have a functional use as well. I don't know what the functional use is, but all I know is that it looks kind of nice. And by getting too close to it, the bottom leaves, which I think are supposed to be solid, get kind of into this, go to the transparent version. But it looks pretty, and you can plant them everywhere. And you can plant them everywhere, all over your base, and it looks all nice and very rainbow colored. Very good. On to the next thing. So these are extremely useful. These are called lumen. I just did an oopsie. The flower, it's crafted using 2 glowstone dust, 2 oak leaves, or not 2 oak leaves. It's crafted using 2 glowstone dust, 2 of any type of leaf, 1 of any type of flower, and then 1 of any type of crystal shard, I believe. Let me pull up the recipe here. I am correct. And, okay, on to the lumen turret. How to craft it. Wait, no. Entry first. So lumen turret, if you had an emerald for every time your creeper ambushed you right as you left your front door, you would have enough to be able to afford trading with villagers. Frustrated with this repeated occurrence, you have designed a small construct which can fire energy into nearby hostiles, ultimately killing them. Now all they need is a high-pitched voice and a polite demeanor. Portal turrets. That's what that's referring to if no one knew that. And then they require a clear view of the sky and target mob to function, and they can be upgraded with different runes below them. If you did not know, these are runes, even though you may not be able to see at the moment what they're called. These are called the runes, and there's one for every single type of crystal energy, as you saw in the pylons. They can be found on pylons. Do not take them off of pylons. You need pylons, but you will be able to craft these eventually. Once you get you'll be able to craft the runes once I show you a progression you require that involves pylons next episode. But yeah, so the turret, it's crafted using 3 glowstone dust, 1 crystal stone, and 1 pink shard. This must be the pink shard. Nothing else will work. Pink shard only. That's it. So you might want to save your pink shards for these. And they look like this. They got a nice little glowing ball on the top. And is it peaceful mode? It is. Let me turn that off. Go over here. Let's grab a spider. I grabbed a skeleton. Spider. They do quite a bit of damage and they have a decent range. And they can attack multiple mobs at once. They're little tiny pylon bursts. They're quite powerful. And yep. But again, they must have a clear view of the sky, so placing them underground will not work. So if I block their view of the sky, nothing. Unblock the view of the sky, they unleash death to that spider over there. And I didn't know if I mentioned this, but every crafting recipe you get 4 of them, so enough to defend, I don't know, like your house or an entrance to something, or just you can probably use them in a mob farm if you want. They only attack hostiles though. They don't attack other players unless you do. I just realized I left things in here. I didn't have to go in there. You know what? Never mind that. I left spawn eggs in there. I'm going to use it. Okay. Never mind that. But yeah, so these runes. These, what is this? 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9 different types of runes that will work on these things. Let me just get some runes here. Let me get like this white one and this orange one, let's say. So how to get them to work is you pretty much want to get your turret, place your thing down, and you'll put your turret over top, and you can see there's now little colored dots coming off the top of your your lumen turret. But how to tell if one doesn't work? You can see you place the white one under, nothing. Orange one, dots. So not really dots, but it's got kind of like not really dots, but orange aura or particle effect coming off the top. Orange particle effect. You can see the wind is blowing all of the particle effects off these runes. But yep, oh, wind just changed direction. I like the weather mod. The clouds are nice. Ooh, those clouds are quite speedy. But yes, I should be talking about these. So that's kind of how you figure out which ones that's how I figured out which ones were not. I placed all the runes down and I placed turrets on them, and whichever ones had the particle effect coming off of them I put here. And using testing, I have found out what these do. So I need to get some iron golem here. And I should also grab a gravel gun just for good measure. And break this one so it doesn't interfere with testing. So, not really testing, but showing off. So, the dark green, dark green rune, or just the green one, by placing this under the turret, it will target passive mobs. So, you can see, place an iron golem here, nothing. place the rune with this thing on top, it's now going to attack the iron golem. So it'll target animals, villagers, anything except players. So that's what the green does. This one, I don't really have a way to show it off. I kind of discovered it when me and my brother were playing multiplayer LAN with it. But it'll attack players. How it doesn't attack you, I honestly forget exactly what it did, but that's kind of all I remember it doing. I don't know whether it was if it always attacked other players or it just kind of if the player hit you, then it would attack you, kind of like what Minecraft wolves do or dogs. But that's what the purple one does. You can experiment with it on your own. The light green one, pretty simple, increased range. So you can see this normal one. Its range is like, what is it? Know what I'm at? 5 blocks. So its range is like 5 to 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So its range is about 7-ish blocks. And if we put this on top of here, its range is enhanced. So you can see it attacks all the way like over here. So an improvement. But the gravel gun is still overpowered. I mean, I am in creative mode, so that's kind of why it kills everything instantly. But yeah, so that's what the light green one. This one, damage up. So normally the lumen turrets do kind of. Oh, this video's almost on half an hour. I was expecting this to be a shorter episode. You know what? I will cover the lumen turrets, and then I think I'll leave this stuff for next episode. So you can see it does 2 hearts of damage every shot, and this pink one, you can see it now does like 3 or something like that. I'm gonna move that here, this here. You know what? It doesn't matter. Okay, so light blue. So the pink one was damage up. Light blue is fire rate up. So you can see this one like that. Now this one improved fire rate. This one is useful. The blue one, it doesn't need sky, so you can see using the blue rune, you will be able to put these things underground. With the orange rune, it sets things on fire. So it kind of, I guess the orange one could be considered extra damage, or if paired with the green one, you could cook animals as well as cook them. Yep, so that's something I should probably say. These runes stack up. So you can see we had the orange one there. Now we got green and orange. Now we got blue, green, and orange. Now let's add a pink. You know what, let's add purple on there. Oh, I need to grab my turret back. You can see we got all these colors coming up. Now let's add like some pink onto that. It actually worked. What? Okay, because the reason I'm kind of surprised was because before, when I was testing, never mind these weird sparkly things flying through the air, that's from the pylons, because they're sparkly as being blown over here by the wind. You know what, I can turn that off. There we go. But yeah, so I had a thing when I was testing a stack. They had like there's a limit of 4 runes stacked up, but that's kind of a bit much. But yeah, so I guess maybe there's not a limit on how many runes could be stacked underneath this lumen turret, but yep. This light gray one, it does affect the lumen turret. As you can see, it does make the particle effect, but I have absolutely no idea. If anyone knows who watches this video, please put it in the comments. I would like to know what it does, cause yep. And if you want all of them, then get the multi-chromatic rune, put it there. You got all of them, but you can't craft the multi-chromatic rune because reasons. You can't craft it now. Just yeah. For reasons you can't craft it because this is confusing. But that you can craft these runes later in ChromatiCraft and later in the mod. It requires you to go out. So to craft, so you can see in the pylons here. This video is getting. I'm just gonna use this last bit of time to. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. My mom's going to kill me if I don't come up. A small price to pay for salvation. Endgame quote.exe. Okay, never mind that. You can see, so this rune, I can see the name of it. This one I cannot. That's because I know the name of that crystal energy, because that was the type of pylon I went up to get the progression. And to be able to craft these, you must find every single type of pylon and absorb its energy in the next, either in episode 4, which is next episode, or episode 5, probably episode 5, because next episode I'm going to be covering this little bit here, so it might be a shorter episode, but I was hoping this would be a shorter episode, and I just covered these things, and it was long, so yeah. But you can, I'm just going to show off the multi-chromatic rune, so you can put that there, spawn iron golem. Very quickly annihilates the iron golem, so they're quite powerful, so you can use them in mob farms and that stuff. How did this happen? Why is there XP in there? I never went on that. Never mind. So I think I'm gonna end the video here. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you watched the video to the end. If you want to see other mod tutorials like this, or be notified when I post more episodes to continue this mod tutorial, subscribe to my channel. If you thought the video was good and you learned some stuff from it, like and hopefully watch the next video.